Hello everyone, welcome to the workshop demo video. So in this video I will show you how to deploy your project to your physical machine. So in practice, when you are doing a project, basically what you have done is that you have configured your physical machine, for example your laptop, to actually be a very good environment to run your project. So because deploy to other platform may cause some extra cost, so we also can have the option to deploy to your own machine and actually add your own machine as a deployment pool. So you can add this deployment point to your release pipeline or error pipeline. Anytime you change your project, it can be automatically built and deployed to your local machine. Okay, let's show an example still using the SpeedScheme demo. You can use the previous demo. For example, you can use the pipeline demo. So we already have the build pipeline. We already have run the pipeline and generate some build. So you have artifacts. So as long as you have the artifacts, you can start to deploy it to a given machine. So in this case, we are not using the Microsoft Error, but we are going to using physical machine. We can do this by using the deployment groups in Error pipelines. You probably will see that Error pipeline have environment and deployment groups. It's a little bit different. Basically, deployment groups is a logic set of target machines that have agents installed on each one. For example, group of physical machines, the machine of each member in your group. It normally represent the physical environment. On the other hand, environment represent a collection of resources such as namespace with Kubernetes clusters or Azure Web Apps, virtual machines, database, etc. It also can be targeted by deployment from a pipeline. More specifically, especially in Azure pipelines, the major difference is that deploy groups jobs are not yet supported in YAML. So if you're using deployment groups, you need to set up a release pipeline separately from the pipeline. Okay, so that's a major difference. But if you are using environments, you can directly describe your environment in the pipeline YAML file, and you can do it easily. But it's quite convenient to do deployment groups as well. Okay, let's see. So I already have set up one. If you want a new one, let's see demo deployment. You have a new group. You can create this one, and you can select what type of machine you want to add to your deployment groups according to your own project. If you running your project on a Windows machine, you can register it as a Windows target or Windows agent. If you are using Linux, you can do that as well. For example, I'm using Windows, and what I should do is that I will open a PowerShell with admin because I have already registered my physical machine to the deployment group, so it won't allow me to do it again. But anyway, I already have a deployment group with my physical machine running. Okay, because I did the test yesterday. But you can see if you have add the machine, you have a deployment groups with your own physical machine, and you can use the machine to actually do a lot of things. For example, do the deployment. And in order to do that, the next step is to actually create a release pipeline. Remember, we have created the pipeline before. and it is for the build pipeline. And now you can create a release pipeline. You can create a new one. I already created several ones, but we can try again to show you how to do that. So create a release pipeline. So first, what you can do, you can add an artifacts. If you want to close this first, so you can add an artifact, which was the artifact you generated before. Okay, you can add it. So it will directly using these artifacts to run the release pipeline, and you can add a stage. You can use different template. If you exactly know what you are looking for, that will be perfect. For example, for this application, it's basically IIS web application. What I need is, and it doesn't really have a database, so what I really need is the website deployment. So IIS website deployment, and you can actually select that. Okay. And you also have the stage. We can change the stage to dev, release, whatever you think proper. Okay, and now you can add the detailed information of the task. For example, we have this deployment. You can select the deployment group. Okay, remember we have this one. Required tags. Normally we don't really need a tag, but if you want to distinguish your deployment machines, for example, you have a web server, you have a database server, you can deploy the different things to different machines with different tags. You can use the tags. Okay. Also, you can send the different parameters, including timeout, job cancel timeout, etc. The artifacts is already here. Access token, just keep it as default. Okay. This web management action by default system, it tells you where you want to put your data generated. You can add banding, give the port, default port, etc. Just keep it as default. It will be all right. Virtual application, you can say demo. Not really anything else you need to change. Once you finish, you can save it, and you can create the release. And if you don't change it to manual, when you create, it will start it to run. Okay. So, and when you finish, you can see that you have a successful release. You can check the logs. Okay. And check more information about each step. For the example, what has this done? Next task is web application deploy and finalize the job. So what this release pipeline does is basically download this artifact from your previous build and deploy it to your local version, because I have set it as a deployment group version in this pipeline. And then if you now check your own machine, you can see that and this folder of this IIS default root, you have all these files. These are the files actually extracted from the .zip artifact from your previous build. It also generates the configuration file for your website. And then you can check localhost. Okay, you can see the web page. Okay, that's basically means that your machine is now a IIS server for this application. So it's quite simple, but you need to make sure that you configure it correctly. And also different type of projects may require different environment. You need to adapt this according to your own application. Thanks for watching this video. So keep in mind that you have many different options for deployment. If you go to the MS docs about error pipelines, for example, go to the error pipeline web page, you can see it gives you a lot of different options to deploy your applications. Deploy to environments, deploy using virtual machines, deploy mobile applications as well, and also deploy to error, etc. So please think about your own project and consider the best solution for your project, and also discuss your options with your tutor case by case. Thanks for watching, so see you next time.